You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in.
Good evening and welcome to Drag Me Under.
Welcome back, Deadites, to the Drag Me Under podcast. We are coming at you dead once again from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. Yeah, it's a real place, actually. Look it up. So we are coming back at you hot with some hell on earth news from around the world. With your hosts, like always, Ghoul of Iller's Past, or just call me Ghoul, guys, it's cool. And Shield, the Potterhead of Azkaban, which the bastard's not here today because he's behind the scenes and behind me doing me a little favor, so he has a mouthful, if you get the hint.
Boy, if you don't get...
But today you'll mostly be hearing my sweet Adriana-like voice tonight, so buckle up, buckaroos, because tonight we got some good hell-on-earth stories. Stories from around the world that are really fucked up, really interesting, and just so fucking good you guys want to hear more about it. And I will tell you all about it, but you guys do not pay us enough. Matter of fact, you guys don't pay us at all, so I'll give you a few good stories that I would love to share with you guys. Tonight, we got some fucked up stories that include a Bigfoot attack in Colorado, a daycare bus that leaves one toddler dead up in New York City, up in the Bronx, a Peruvian delivery driver's mummified girlfriend, and a recap of the ancient Peruvian alien at the Mexican UFO hearing, which, it's a fun fucking hearing. It's a good story, so we'll get started off with that one. So sit down, get cozy, and get ready to listen to my sweet voice for the next half hour, because it's gonna get fucking dark, dudes. Let's get into it. So, for tonight's first story, the ancient Peruvian aliens in the Mexican UFO hearing. So, on September 14th of this year, there was a UFO hearing in Mexico's Congress that featured the presentation of alleged remains of non-human beings, something out of this world, and it faced huge backlash internationally. Critics and experts claiming that it was fake and some sort of stunt by the Mexican and the Peruvian government. But they're asking, why the Peruvians? It's the Mexicans showing it off. Well, because apparently these aliens, these species are from Peru. That it's where they were found. So during the hearing, Mexican journalist and longtime UFO and weirdo enthusiast Jaime Maussan showed politicians two itsy-bitsy tiny weeny bodies displayed in these cases with 3 fingers on each hand and elongated heads. He claimed that they were found in Peru back in 2017 and they were not related to anything on this earth. No brothers, no sisters, no cousins, no long-distance uncles, nothing, bro. But this wasn't the first time he made some wild-ass claims, apparently. I don't know what other claims he's made. Probably, he's been to a lot of space orgies or has gone out with La Llorona. Yeah, we used to date, but she would just always cry. I don't know, dude. This dude's weird, but he's funny. So, Maussan said that in the presentation that these specimens were recovered near Peru's ancient Nazca lines and have been carbon dated by Mexico's National University, the UNAM. Go Pumas. Psych. And concluded that they're about to be around 1,000 years old. And like I said, they're not related to any species of this world. They're out of this world, dude. But similar finds in the Nazca lines where they found these aliens, there turned out to be remains of mummified children. So, like, maybe it's just some kids with some genetic disorder or mutated mutants back there in the day. Who knows? But apparently he says, no, these are alien, dude. And the Peruvian culture minister, Leslie Ortega, said that no scientific institution in the South American country has identified the remains as non-human and questioned how the specimens left Peru. Like, how the fuck did he leave Peru, dude? I'm pretty sure he smuggled them up his ass, which is kind of impressive, to be honest. I mean, anybody can smuggle a little balloon bag of cocaine up their ass. But this dude smuggled 2 life-size aliens. That's fucking hardcore, dude. Like, props to that dude. But a few side story. A few years ago, probably like 2 years ago, there's a museum in Guanajuato. It's just mummies, a lot of mummies. And it got broken into one night, and when they came back in the morning, they found like a lot of these mummies were stolen. And people were like, who the hell will steal all these mummies? My guess, it's, some people say, oh, satanic cults, some weirdos. I think it's more of the some organized crime and just resell them in the black market, which it's fucked up, but honestly, I would totally buy one of these mummies, dude. I would love to have a life-sized dead guy mummified in the corner of my house just staring and judging me, and we can watch scary movies together, and he can make direct eye contact when making this podcast. Honestly, that would be super awesome. But I also down for one of these mummified children from Peru. I mean, I guess I'm not a big fan of kids. I don't like kids, but I'll take a mummified one any day. So anyways, back to the story. In 2017, Maussan made similar claims in Peru, and he made a report that the bodies were actually dolls. Like, prosecutors of the country said, nah, dude, you're wrong. These are dolls that have been covered with a mixture of paper and synthetic glue to simulate the presence of skin. And Julieta Fierro, pariente, researcher of the Institute of Astronomy at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, the UNAM again, was at the hearing, and she called bullshit on Maussan, called bullshit on his ass. She even said the following: Maussan has done many things. He says that he has even talked to the Virgin of Guadalupe, and he told me extraterrestrials don't talk to me like they talk to him because I don't believe in them, because I'm not cool. I'm just some loser, and he's super cool. So this dude's making some wild-ass claims, saying that he talks to the Virgin Mary, he talks to aliens, dude. He is on some good acid trip that I would love to try. And apparently, experts say that these mummies that were presented at the Congress were nothing but fakes. The opinion of academics, archaeologists, I can't say this word, dude. Give me a second.
Today, Junior!
Archaeologists, whatever. The dude from Jurassic Park, who digs up bones. And a lot of scientists say that these mummies are modified pre-Hispanic human bodies, while the rest are bodies assembled with animal and human bones. It's just like a piñata of bones and skins, and just made it look like a alien mummy. But honestly, it's a great story, and it's a wild one to be on live TV and just make these wild ass claims. And I give him props for having the balls. And anyways, if you're selling one of them, let me know, dude, because I would love to have one of these right here at the podcast. While Shield's gone, he could be my co-star. He's a quiet dude, but cute looking.
Are you crazy? You're fucking paranoid, You are fucking. You bloody. You bloody. Bastard bitch. Fuck you. Bloody fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother, bloody fuck bitch. Bitch, you bloody fuck you.
Anyways, speaking of mummies, let's talk about the man that was found carrying around a mummified corpse that has been dated up to 800 years old in a food delivery bag in Peru. Damn, that's a long story. But anyways, a mummified corpse up to 800 years old was found in a food delivery bag in Peru. Yeah, they have like Uber Eats out there in like third world countries, but instead of cars, like here in the US, they drive in motorcycles, and they have these huge backpacks. They have these huge backpacks where they carry all the food, and they drive it around in their motorcycles. And apparently, instead of delivering food, this guy was just carrying around a mummy. It's crazy, but it's true, dudes. You can't make this shit up. So a former food delivery driver has been detained in Peru after police learned that he was in possession of a mummified human. Police found the mummified remains Saturday afternoon after they encountered 3 men who were drinking at an old park in the city of Puno, which this was I think 2 months ago. So on the Saturday afternoon, they just found these dudes drinking with the mummy. And one of the men, identified by police as 26-year-old Julio Cesar Bermejo, was in possession of a cooler delivery bag which had a human remains inside. Like, are you guys gonna eat that, or what's going on? Like, chicken wings gonna suck the meat out of the bones?
What did he say?
I don't know. But photos released by by the culture of the southeast city of Puna showed a skeleton in the fetal position, lying in a red bag with reflective inner lining. Commonly used by food delivery companies, it bears the logo of Pedidos Ya, a Uruguayan takeout company popular across South America. They said that the body is of an adult mummified male individual with relative chronology of 600 to 800 years old, and it was discovered during the joint operation with the Peru National Police. The body has become a property of the state under national heritage laws. Local media company Noticias Sin Filtro Puno TV published an interview with Julio Cesar, who said the body belonged to him. It was his, and they fucked him up, taking it away from him. He claimed that his dad brought the corpse early near 30 years ago. His dad just walked into the house. Hey son, I got you a mummy. I know you wanted that PlayStation, but I got you a fucking mummy.
The avocado! Thanks!
I wouldn't be mad. I'll be creeped out, but I wouldn't be mad. I mean, his dad's, he's there and he's, trying to make an effort to connect with the son through mummy. I wish my dad would have given me a fucking mummy, but he gave me a Nintendo 64, the one with Pikachu on it. It's cool, but like, I think a mummy would have been so much better. So this guy, Julio Cesar, says, it sleeps in my bedroom with me. There's my bed, the TV set next to it. There's Juanita, that's what he calls the mummy. I take care of it. It's like, if you pardon the expression, as if she was my spiritual girlfriend. That's what he told the media, using the name Juanita for this mummy, but turns out Juanita is a Juanito. So they got a lot of explaining to do in the bedroom. Scans later found out that the body, in fact, like I said, it's a male, so Juanita. Cesar has been taken into custody, and the police reported they didn't report how much time, but just said, yeah, he's in jail for now. So we'll see how that ends up there. See if they get reunited, and hope they go past all this Juanito stuff and remain together. Because honestly, they look like a cute couple, and I support this mummy couple. See if they got any relatives, and probably hook up a few friends of mine that are single and ready to mingle with some mummies. But yeah, there's a lot of mummies on the news today, or these past few weeks, and I love mummies. I recently went to Horror Nights with Shield, and first time I went on the mummy ride. If you haven't been on a mummy ride, it's fucking amazing. I mean, I had so much fun. I mean, it's super short, but it's fun. That's what they say about me. That's what she said, short but fun. So yeah, I can relate, but I love mummies, so I feel like mummies, there's a lot of horror movies. We got Dracula horror movies, we got werewolves. I think they gotta bring mummies back, because the last good mummy movie was The Mummy with my boy, Oscar award winner. What's his name? Damn it, I forgot his name. Dude, I just saw his movie the other day, The Whale, which was Brandon Fraser. There you go, with Brandon Fraser. It was a good movie. But like The Mummy was good too, and I know they have a Disney one called Under Wraps, which is okay. It's a kids movie, but I want something bloody. I want something cursed. But hopefully someday, I hope Hollywood hears me and let me write a movie, because I got some good ideas. All right, so let's get a little bit more darker here. If you're still around, get fucking settled in, because it's gonna get more darker. So, a New York daycare center kills a baby by meth overdose. Yeah, I said that right, and you heard that right. So, on Friday, September 16, 2023, like a month ago, a daycare center operator and her tenant were charged with the murder of a 1-year-old boy who had just started his daycare center, and he was exposed to fentanyl and died of an overdose. Like, dude, what the fuck? What kind of daycare is this? So Gray Mendez, who is 36, who ran this daycare called Divino Niño Daycare from an apartment in the Bronx, and Carlisto Avesedo Brito, a 41-year-old man who lived in the apartment, were both arrested on Saturday evening on the count of murder, showing depraved indifference in the death of a toddler, Nicholas Feliz Dominici. So the daycare center in an apartment in the Bronx? I mean, it seems super sketchy. Like, who the hell would take their kids to a daycare center in an apartment? But I mean, it's New York, so they're built different out there. So I don't know. What do I know, right? I'm just some dude from California. I don't know, dude. Okay, I'd rather take my kids to a graveyard than to an apartment, but whatever. That's just me. So a next door neighbor said that Vino Niño Daycare Center owner Gray Mendez de Ventura put a business sign outside her basement space in a Kingsbridge building, saying that, "Yay, it's a daycare, come on in," for like over a year, and there are never any kids going in and out, which is really suspicious. And she said, "A daycare with no children and men coming in and out? Yes, we knew something. We knew something that was not good and that was going down in there." That's what she said, but okay. So this neighbor also claimed Ventura wouldn't even allow her own child to go into this tiny facility, which became licensed and legally operational as a daycare in May, like 4 months ago. And then, a few months happen, and a 1-year-old kid dies of meth OD, and then 3 other kids got sick. They almost overdosed. Cops had responded to a 911 call from the child care center shortly after 3:30 p.m. on Friday and found the 3 children unresponsive. So they were really getting down. But besides these three kids, Dominici was rushed to the Montefiore Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. And the 3 other kids survived, but they were all exposed to these deadly drugs. The other kids were 2-year-old boys and an 8-month-old sister. The cops raided the place on Friday. They found a kilo of fentanyl under the mats where the kids slept, like right under their heads. They had the meth. Like, who would place the meth there? I mean, put it somewhere else where the kids can't reach. But oh my god, dude, this story. And there's like devices to press the cocaine, the meth, and heroin. And this was all going on in the same daycare where the kids would fucking pick their noses and run around. And Mrs. Mendez was charged with murder and 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, criminal possession of drugs, and 12 counts of assault. She was ordered to be held without bail, which, yeah, I mean, dude, she fucking made a kid die, OD meth. She deserves it. I mean, I think she deserves even more. But her lawyer says that she didn't know anything about the drugs. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? She said her only crime was renting a room. Because apparently now they're saying that, the tenant that she was renting was running the business of drugs. So you're telling me in an apartment, a little complex, you got some weirdo renting a room and a daycare center, and there's drugs going around, and you're living there, and you don't even know what the hell's going on? I don't know. This sounds like, it sounds too much for me. This is fucking crazy. But I mean, yeah. So like last time I heard, she's not getting out of jail anytime soon, and good. I mean, she deserves it. Cause, dude, it's fucking crazy. But like, there's a lot of fucking like bad stories going on right now. Cause I just saw another one, really, really fucked up about I gotta hear somewhere, dudes. I read it just this morning, and I was like, dude, what the hell is this? All right, dudes, check out this story. It's really fucked up, man. It just came out on October 5th. So like, what's today, dudes? As recording this, today, a 5-year-old Kansas girl was R-word, was sexually assaulted, murdered after her mom kicked her out the house. So like, wait, what? A 5-year-old? So a 5-year-old, get this, a 5-year-old Kansas girl was R-word, assaulted in a sexual way and murdered at a homeless camp in the woods after neighbors said her mother had kicked her out and other family members out the house, according to reports. So this mom kicked out her. Who the fuck kicks out a 5-year-old out their house? So the little girl, Zoe Felix, was found at a gas station with life-threatening injuries on Monday, according to the Topeka Police Department. She was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Dude, oh my god, I'm just trying to wrap my head around this because it's crazy. So, Mikhail W. Cherry, age of 25, was arrested on Tuesday and charged with the murder and sexual assault, R-word, of a victim less than 14. Local news outlet WBIW reported he's being held on a $2 million bond. Yeah, dude, you're never gonna fucking pay that, dude, and you shouldn't even get the option to have a bond. Oh my god. Neighbors said that the suspect had at one point lived in the same house as Zoe, along with her father and sister. The neighbors claimed the child's mother kicked them all to the curb about 2 weeks ago, forcing them to live on a campsite around about a mile away. So the dude who assaulted this little girl lived with her, and this family, and this mom, I'm assuming she's some fucking crackhead. She's had some mental issues because she kicked out her family, including a 5-year-old. Like, who the fuck does that, dude? What is going on over there in Topeka, Kansas? So Zoe, the little girl, had a turbulent life at home, according to neighbors who often saw the young girl running around unsupervised. Her community worked together to help keep her bathed, clothed, fed, and they said that she didn't even attend school. Zoe, okay, so someone said this. Zoe did not deserve to be in anybody's woods, one of the neighbors said. This is her home right here. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people that would do anything for her. God, dude, this is just, it's heartbreaking. Neighbors will often come to her house and give her food, and they will see her just roaming the neighborhood. They said that they made numerous reports to the Kansas Department for Children and Families in the weeks leading up to her death, but there was nothing ever happened. They said that the house lacked running water and was always filled with feces, but nothing, like I just said, nothing was ever done. 2 or 3 weeks ago, Zoe's neighbors realized that she was gone, according to Capital Journal. They were devastated to learn that she was killed, and like in a fucking gruesome, horrible way possible. And this douchebag, fucking, I'm looking at his mugshot. This fucking piece of shit, dude. Oh my god, just boils your skin. I mean, look it up. It's just too much. But let's move on to a little bit more. Something more. Not as bad, but still fucked up. Woman accuses Walmart of racism. Okay, let's see where this is going. After she was restrained for throwing food at a cop, telling him to drag me the fuck out of here. So, I'm looking at the video, and I'm looking at the photos. Like, come on, what the fuck did you expect? A woman accused Walmart of racism after lobbing food at a state trooper, who then restrained her in a New York suburban outlet while she bellowed, "Drag me the fuck out." So she threw food at the dude, and she was restrained, and now she's calling racism. It's unclear why the police were called, but the alteration broke at the checkout line, and the woman appeared to have an array of fresh produce on the belt. So, yeah, I'm looking at the video, dude. They don't know why the police were called, but, it got real heated. I mean, of course, Walmart, right? During the commotion, the woman loses a shoe and begins to kick the officer while repeatedly yelling, "Fucking white trash, take me to jail," and just screaming nonsense, and yelling Walmart is racist, and Walmart is fucking racist. So it's on TikTok, it's on YouTube probably. And she says, I can't go outside. while she was rolling around the floor. I mean, she said drag me out, so they dragged her out. I mean, I don't know, dude. People at Walmart, they're built different. I mean, it's funny because I go to Mexico, and Mexico, Walmart's like a super fancy shopping center. Like, oh, you shop at Costco? I mean, you shop at Walmart? You got money. You got a lot of pesos. But then you come here to the U.S. and like, ew, you shop at Walmart? I mean, if you shop there, it's cool, man. I mean, I don't really judge. I do, but not that much. Or, yeah, I do judge. So, if you do it, do it. I don't care, dudes. But, that's a little funny story to lighten up from the other hardcore one. And for tonight's last story, I got a little report of a Colorado teens who witnessed a Bigfoot beating a large dog. Yeah, dudes, I fucking said that right, so listen to this. Alright, so story time. In Golden, Colorado, two teenagers sneak out their house at night and they approach a recreation area and they are shocked as they observe a Bigfoot literally beating a dog to death with a stick. So I found a story at phantomsandmonsters.com, which is a cool website where people report their true encounters with monsters, cryptids, ghosts, you name it, anything paranormal. It's a super cool website. I fucking recommend checking it out because I'm there for hours. So shout out to this website. So it goes as following. It was 1978, about 20 miles west of Denver in Golden, Colorado. This was right before my family moved to Montana. I and a buddy of mine were 16 years old at the time. What we did was kind of sneak out the house at night, you know, teenager stuff. This was on Lookout Mountain Road. We come out around the corner and there's a recreation area on the right side. They have company picnics there. There's a baseball field. There's picnic tables, you know, the basic neighborhood park. So anyways, there's this tall creature standing near the pitcher's mound on the baseball field, beating a large dog with a stick. This thing was at least 8 feet tall and it wasn't human. I could tell that right away. Yeah, it was Bigfoot. The dog was either unconscious or dead. Right across the street is the nature center, and there's this big stone gate, and we hid right behind the gate and we were watching the scene. It's got the dog by the tail and it's beating the dog on the head. It had the dog in its left hand and the stick on the right hand, holding it out, you know. I turned to my friend and whispered. I forgot what I whispered. I think I said, "Can you believe this?" The thing turns its head towards us like it heard me whisper. We had to be at least 100 yards away from it. Maybe the heavy wind allowed my voice to carry, but this fucking thing heard me. It suddenly took off running and must have covered 200 yards in 5 seconds or so. After several minutes, we walked over to the dog, and by the time, the poor thing was mangled and dead. About an hour later, after retrieving a shovel, we buried the dog in the woods. There was no collar or identification on it. I have no idea why Bigfoot was beating the dog, and after all these years, my friend and I still talk about this incident. T. I mean, the guy said P, so his name is P, I guess. Probably Philip or Phineas Ferb, I don't know. But yeah, it's a crazy story. Imagine like going to the park at night with your homie, you probably like have a beer or smoke a cigarette, and you see this big hairy creature beating a dog in the middle of a fucking baseball mound. Like, dude, what the fuck? What's going on in Colorado? Imagine like seeing that at a baseball game. Imagine that was like a normal baseball game. Trust me, I would go to a lot of baseball games now if I would see that. But yeah, it's fucked up. Why the hell was this Bigfoot beating that dog? Because I've heard, you know, Bigfoots are peaceful cryptids. They don't really attack. I know they throw rocks and shit, but really attack? I don't know. I think they eat berries. I don't know. I'm no Sasquatch expert. Maybe Shield is. I'll ask Shield. But yeah, it's crazy. That's a crazy story. It's super cool, I guess. Fucked up, but still kind of cool. But yeah, that's all the stories we have today. Hopefully Shield can return soon, because if you like this show, please give us a like and a follow on YouTube and Spotify. You got anything to say in the comments. I will appreciate it. And we love the support and love from you guys. Keep it up and give us a like and follow. It's free, dudes. Trust me, I won't charge you guys yet. But thank you guys for everything. And we will continue to bring you more creepy and fucked up news stories. Halloween's coming up, so we might have a good collection. If not, stay strong. And but that's all the time today we have, you rotting children of the grave. Be sure to follow us on Spotify and on YouTube because there's more macabre where that came from. So stay tuned and remember, one by one we will drag you under. So run and hide before I suck the blood out of your sexy feet, you sexy pathetic listeners. Bye.